Ever wondered what secrets are buried deep within the walls of Area 51? I didn't just wonder, I saw the truth. But now that I've seen it, I wish I hadn't. You might think I'm just telling another wild story, but trust me, this was real, and it's not something I'll ever forget. It started with a late night drive to the Nevada desert. Just me and the dark road ahead. I know. Not the smartest decision. Everyone's heard the stories, right? Area 51, secret government experiments, aliens, all of it. It's the stuff of legends, or so they say. The first time I heard about it, I thought it was just that, a legend. But there was this nagging thing in the back of my mind. What if it wasn't just some conspiracy theory? What if they were hiding something we weren't meant to see? You might think I'm crazy, but let me tell you, this wasn't some wild idea. No, this was a feeling, a certainty. I had to know what was really out there. So, one night, I packed up my car with a couple of essentials: water, snacks, a camera, just in case, and set out for the heart of it all. I remember passing through small towns, the kind of places where people look at you like you're an outsider. Maybe I was. Maybe I still am. The first strange thing happened as I approached the famous "No Trespassing" sign. You know the one that warns you about the use of deadly force. As I drove, the wind picked up, howling across the barren landscape. It wasn't just a gust. It was as if the very air itself was warning me. But I kept going. I wasn't afraid. Not yet. At first, nothing seemed unusual. The road was long, stretching on forever. The only thing that stood out were the scattered military signs that appeared every few miles. Signs warning about the area being restricted, about surveillance, all that usual stuff. But there was something unsettling about it. The sheer quantity of those signs, like they were trying to remind you, again and again, that they were watching you. The further I drove, the quieter the world became. No cars, no sounds, just me, the road, and the emptiness of the desert. You could feel the weight of isolation pressing in on you. But it wasn't the quiet that unsettled me the most. It was the shadows. In the distance, just beyond the horizon, something shifted. A movement that didn't belong. I told myself it was just the wind, maybe an animal in the distance. Maybe. But there was something off about it. I pulled over to the side of the road, the engine's hum fading away. I stepped out of the car, the heat of the desert night settling on my skin. The air smelled like dust and dry earth, thick and suffocating. I swear I heard something then. Faint, distant footsteps, crunching on the gravel. But there was no one there. I looked around, but the silence was deafening. I must have imagined it, or maybe not. I didn't go back to the car right away. I should have, but I didn't. Instead, I moved a little further down the road, trying to get a better look at what had caught my attention. The more I walked, the more the landscape seemed to close in around me. The horizon became warped, the shadows stretching unnaturally long. And that's when I saw it. A shadowy figure standing near the perimeter fence. It was tall, standing still, as if it was watching me. My heart pounded in my chest, and I froze. I couldn't see much, but it was there, looming just beyond the barbed wire fence. It didn't move, not an inch. I called out, my voice barely a whisper. "Hello?" My own voice sounded strange in the empty night. No response. The figure didn't flinch, didn't even acknowledge me. I took a step forward, then another, before realizing how stupid that was. My feet felt heavy, like they didn't belong to me anymore. The weight of the desert, the vastness of it, was getting to me. But I couldn't stop myself. I was compelled to get closer. As I moved, the shadows seemed to flicker in and out of view. The closer I got to the fence, the darker everything became, like the world itself was turning off. The only sound now was the dry scrape of my boots against the dusty ground. And then there was a flash of light, a sudden, blinding light from above. It made me stumble back, shielding my eyes. But as I squinted into the night, I saw it. A craft hovering just above the ground. No sound, no movement, just this eerie floating presence. I was paralyzed, caught between fear and fascination. My instincts screamed at me to run, but I couldn't. I needed to understand. My camera. It was in my hand, but I couldn't bring myself to raise it. Not yet. Not when I could feel my heart beating in my throat. And then it all went black. I don't know how long I was out for. When I came to, I was on the ground, lying in the sand. The first thing I noticed was the cold, sharp pain in my head. The second thing, the silence. The oppressive, suffocating silence. Not a bird, not a car, nothing. I forced myself to sit up, shaking, disoriented. But there was no craft, no figure, just the empty desert. But I swear, there was something, someone, watching me from the shadows. I tried to stand, but my legs wouldn't cooperate. That's when I heard it again. Faint, but this time it was clearer. Footsteps, crunching on the gravel behind me. A slow, deliberate pace. I turned around, heart in my mouth. It was him, the figure. He was closer now, only a few feet away, his face obscured by the shadows. But his eyes, I'll never forget his eyes. Dark, empty. Why are you here? The voice, if you could call it that, was like a whisper, barely audible. But it wasn't just the voice. It was the presence, the feeling that surrounded me. This wasn't a man. This was something else, something ancient. And it was angry. Angry that I had come. Angry that I had seen. Before I could react, the light hit me again, blinding me. And then I blacked out once more. When I woke up, I was back in my car, speeding down the road. My heart raced as I tried to make sense of what had just happened. I checked the clock. Hours had passed, but I had no memory of the time lost. My hands were shaking as I drove. I could still feel that presence. It was like the shadows had followed me. But here's the kicker. I checked my camera when I got back to my hotel. Nothing. Just static. Like the entire event had been erased. And that, my friends, is the truth about Area 51. Whatever it is, whatever's there, it doesn't want you to know. And if you try to uncover it, well, it'll make sure you forget. You may think this is just some crazy story, but I assure you, I lived it, and I'll never forget it. Because now, I know something that I wish I didn't. Something that's better left unseen. So, I guess the real question is, do you still want to know the truth about Area 51? Or are you content with the stories? Because once you see it, once you feel it, you can't go back.